Hey guys, Deluxe here, back again with another review. Today we're having a look at the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe class, Bumblebee. Well, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, as I said before, today we are having a look at Bumblebee. He is the first figure in the Transformers Studio Series in general, and that we'll be taking a look at. As you can tell, he's small as hell. Apparently the thing with this line is they're all supposed to be in scale. That basically means they're making up excuses to give us small toys, but with that being said, this is actually a pretty nice figure. It's got its faults, but overall it's not horrible. I've seen worse. He does come with his little arm cannon here. Pretty cool. It's nice and silver with some yellow on it. And yes, my nails are rather long, but that's so I can actually transform these frickin' things. So, you know what? Deal with it, haters. It's a nice little cannon there. I don't think it actually goes anywhere on the car itself. I don't see anywhere to put it. I guess you could shove it in the front there, but it's going to stick out. It doesn't mount, I don't think. There's this peg shape on the side, but I think that's one of the barrels. Yeah. That's definitely one of the barrels. So, I don't know. If this goes somewhere, tell me. If it's up my butt, well, screw you. But, looking at the car, it's not a bad little car. I've seen worse. I've seen slightly better, but I've seen worse. Yeah, it's got seam lines, but all Transformers have seam lines, and of course, yellow paint is a pain in the arse to paint in general, so I'll give that a pass. I have Marvel Legends people, I know what I'm talking about. The head right there. It's a peekaboo, and then his arms, and then his legs are down here. And these parts actually don't even peg in. They don't peg in this way, and they don't peg in robot mode. And then that's his balls right there. So, and like all Bumblebees, you can open the doors. You'll take this part of the car with you, so you probably don't want to do that. Although you might be able to leave it behind. I'm not sure. No, the way it hinges, it doesn't hinge that way. He's got painted wheels, so that's a plus. Can't say all Transformers get that kind of treatment. And he only has one mirror on this side. I think that's how it's supposed to be. So, with that being said, some size comparisons. As you notice, or as you will notice, I'm not going to cut these videos up as much as I normally would, only because these things are already a pain in the butt to record, because I got to film them and transform them and film them again, and we'll be here forever. But here he is next to Ratchet. Now, obviously, I don't think a, what is this, 69 Camaro? I don't think a Camaro is as big as a Hummer. So, this is, like, all kinds of wrong, even though I like this Ratchet figure. So, we'll just put him over there for the moment. Put him back out. And then, here he is next to a Voyager class, Optimus Prime. Here's the thing. If you're gonna make these things in scale, maybe make the frickin' Peterbilt truck a little bigger. Actually, let's take these things off. They're just being obtrusive and annoying. There you go. Maybe make the Peterbilt truck a little less small. I mean, I don't think a Camaro's that big. I could be wrong. This is a small little truck, man. A very small truck. But I digress. Let's put his stabbing utensils back on him. Actually, we'll leave those off. I got other parts to record before we even get to him, so. But yeah, I don't think Bumblebee and Ratchet should be that insanely sized, but that's just me. So that being said, let's get this guy into his transformation mode. Yeah, his robot mode. You forget, I reviewed a Transformer last year, and that was the last one I've done in a couple years, I think. Cut me some slack. Ugh. But let's get this guy into his robot mode and take a closer look at that. Alrighty guys, so here we have Bumblebee in his robot mode, and it looks pretty good. It has its flaws, like I said, but overall, looks pretty good. First flaw, that arm was too high. There. That's a little better. They're supposed to be all the way up here. What am I doing? Doesn't lock in, so it kind of will tend to sag. Unfortunately. And I remember this being much tighter. What's going on back here? Nope, they're not pegging in at all. They used to slot in. Now that one is. Well, what are you gonna do? Oh well. But overall, aside from some little hiccups here and there, it's not too bad. The head sculpt is pretty good. Articulation, it does rotate. It looks up and down a little bit. Not so much attitude in that, no rock. His arms move out a little bit, rotate, hinge at the elbow as well as the rotation. His hands will hinge in and out. And then this side you can pop the arm out and replace it with his arm cannon from earlier, which can be easier said than done. I mean, really easier said than done. I like to turn it so the hinge is that way. You freaking little... There you go. There it is in there. I kind of wish they pinned the elbow because it's a little loose, but it holds a pose. Now these stupid things back here, these used to like notch or something. I don't know what the deal is. They're not doing it now. And it bothers me. But whatever. His hips, he doesn't have a... Oh, he does have a waist swivel. His hips go in and out, forward and back. He does have a thigh cut, I believe, somewhere in there. Single joint at the knee. These pieces don't tab in, but that one kind of clicks into place. That one not so much. And then he does have hinge at the foot. So Bumblebee's not too bad, actually, for a Bumblebee figure. I've seen worse. I've owned better, but not too shabby. So in terms of a size comparison, excuse me, to the other figures I do have currently, he is next to Ratchet. That's what I always used to like to call him, Ratchet. Pin the camera up, adjust the mic a little bit. Ratchet's a little taller. And here he is next to Optimus Prime. His head is right about there. So we are in the clear for being on screen. Awesome. So there you go. Overall, he scales better with them in robot mode. I think Ratchet and Prime are pretty good in terms of scale. Bumblebee is a short little guy, so he does seem to work. But, yeah. So with that being said, it's about time we wrap this up with final thoughts. Alrighty guys, so wrapping up with final thoughts. I like this figure. It's not too shabby. Could it have been better? Yeah, some things I wish tabbed in, some things I wish didn't pop off during transformation, even though we didn't really talk about that a lot. The transformation for this guy is pretty standard for most Bumblebee figures. It's basically how any other Bumblebee would transform at this point. Kind of reuses some engineering from the last one from last night, which I don't own yet, but I kind of do since I know how to transform this guy now. But with that being said, I still think that if you are looking for a Bumblebee that's the 69 Camaro, this is probably your best bet. It looks really good, and I think works quite well with the other characters in robot mode. Vehicle mode, not so much. I'm hoping we get a retool of this in his 2007 Camaro, because that essentially is what he is for when all the Autobots show up. Well, all the other Autobots show up. So had it been that one, I might have been a little happier with it, but the fact that we got the one that he first appeared as is also nice. But I do hope we get the original, or the second Camaro from that first movie in the future. So with that being said, I'm going to give this guy an 8 out of 10. Not too shabby. So with that being said, hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, catch you guys later. Also, follow me on Instagram at overlord.productions. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.